What's up, guys? It's Ryan with the MXG channel again. Today we're talking Kawasaki again. I dropped a video a couple days ago basically talking about Kawasaki's big fake out. There is no new KX450F for 2023, despite what we saw in the spy photos of the Japanese nationals and Kawasaki breaking their own 3 to 4 year cycle rule and going with a 5th year on the KX450F. This is probably because of supply chain issues, problems caused by the COOF, stuff like that. But we did get significant changes to the KX250. I still call it the KX250F because I ride a KX250 two-stroke every day still, but whatever. We did get significant changes to the KX250 and KX250X, which is the off-road version of that. Now, don't be confused. This isn't a new generation bike. This isn't a new bike from the ground up, but it is an updated, will kind of be known as like a bastard year bike. So the engine is what got the big updates, and it supposedly increases performance at all RPM, but it also got new gearing, new suspension settings, new tires, and it's supposed to amount to a significantly different feel on the track. So let's start with the engine updates. We've got new intake valves and valve pitch, a straighter intake duct, repositioned upstream injector, advanced ignition timing, and a longer exhaust header, and that's complemented by the different gearing. So the KX250 uses the finger follower valve actuation like the 450. This is something that KTM had been doing for a long time and Kawi kind of followed. And this basically helps achieve a higher rev limit and allows you to use more aggressive cam profiles and just let the bike over rev a little bit more. So for 2023, the KX250 received a 1.5 millimeter narrower pitch for the intake valves and increased clearance at the valve seats to deliver increased cylinder filling efficiency and better combustion for better performance. The intake valves are 1 millimeter smaller for better cylinder head and valve seat reliability, as well as to accommodate the tighter valve pitch. To match the valve size and pitch changes, the crown on the 14:1:1 bridge box piston has been redesigned. So guys, we got new valves, a new piston, a dry film lubricant coating on the piston skirts reduces friction at low RPM and helps with the piston bleeding process. Kawasaki even shows us a power and torque engine performance comparison chart, which is pretty nice. And if it's reliable and accurate, it does show an improvement in performance across the entire curve, which is nice. But the big thing this year is the new intake. The downdraft air intake has kind of been the thing recently. Honda has been messing with it since 17, and it basically is just what it says. It's a downdraft into the throttle bar. So this air intake is now straighter, and the second fuel injector, which was on the top of the boot, is now underneath. Kawasaki says that these changes increase the cylinder filling efficiency, adding to the performance. And you can see the intake flow chart right here on the screen. There's new advanced ignition timing, and this is supposed to complement the changes made to the engine. You've got a 100 millimeter longer exhaust header pipe. That always sketches me out. I don't want to go back to the days of some of the earlier 4-strokes when those exhaust pipes would stick out so far. But this header pipe is supposed to increase low to mid torque, but the power delivery is supposed to be racer friendly and pretty smooth. And they smoothed out the power delivery by increasing the amount of inertia in the magneto rotor. Also, you're probably aware Kawasaki switched to like a diaphragm style coned disc spring clutch a few years back, like the KTMs have. And the push rod has been revised from a steel to a steel cap and aluminum shaft, which is supposed to result in lighter clutch operation, and it should be pretty minimal change to the clutch as it warms up. Now, when it comes to gearing, the engineers have lengthened the transmission's first gear to basically try to make it usable, because you guys know on a motorbike, first gear is basically useless. And I'm sure Kawasaki probably got some feedback back from, you know, the KX250X riders that needed that first gear in more situations than the motocross guys, but they have tried to lengthen that and make it a little bit more usable. Second gear was also fine-tuned to offer a smoother transition from first to third. A couple other small changes: the connecting rod big end bearing crush height was increased, and the main holding circuit relay was revised for better reliability. And as we've had for years, guys, it still comes with the DFI couplers. These ECUs are completely unlocked if you do want to map the ECUs, but you have to get the Kawasaki, the KX calibration kit as a Kawasaki genuine accessory, and you can access that full programmable ECU. And it eliminates the need for a laptop and lets you create custom maps, and you can store like 7 presets and all that. We got the launch control, and then the suspension is fine-tuned for this year, probably just a shim stack update like we see every year, and new lighter bolts. And we still have the 48mm KYBs that most of you guys love so much, and a KYB shock in the back. I think there are a few changes to the linkage. It says a new unitrack rear suspension mounts the linkage arm below the swing arm, allowing for a longer suspension stroke. The linkage ratios are the same as those you'll find on the KX450, contributing to both increased absorption and damping performance. Also, it has to be noted, sickest mod ever, in order to make the KX250 as light as possible, the fork cover bolts were changed from steel to aluminum, and the rear linkage collar was changed from steel to aluminum, and now uses hollow instead of solid bolts. We've seen these hollow bolts on the KTM for a while. Guys, is it just me, or is Cowie kind of taking some notes from KTM and following in their footsteps this year? And then it comes stock with Dunlop MX33s and a 110/90/19 rear tire. So that's it, guys. That's your 2023 KX250. We'll have to see what Cowie does this year. I'm thinking with these changes, there may not be a new 2024 KX250. They may wait till 2025. I don't think Cowie's going to do a new 250 and 450 in the same year. So I think we can expect a brand new KX450F for 2024 and a brand new KX250F for 2025. My only question about all this is Kawasaki's already stated they are going to stop making gas bikes completely by 2035. So how many more generations of these 250s and 450s are they going to do? Are they going to do one more? Are they going to do 2 more? I don't know. It's starting to get interesting. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And I don't know. If you appreciate these videos, maybe let today be the day I earn your subscription. Hit the red button and maybe hit the bell. Maybe hit the blue join if you want to go all out. I appreciate you guys either way. I'll see you in the next video.